It's safe to say the knockouts Mike Tyson dished out in the late 80s and 90s were among boxing's most brutal.
He hit a flush on the jaw.
Iron Mike had a notorious reputation in the heavyweight division, stemming from his ability to put on a show which usually involved putting people to sleep rather quickly.
He collapses, and this one is over as the doctors rush into the ring.
Here is a list of the top 10 best Mike Tyson knockouts to help you relive the memories. From his most impressive, his first knockout, and everything in between. Number 10, Tony Tubbs, March 1998. This fight was a mere setup of sorts for Tyson's world title tour. It saw Tyson with a 33-0 29 KOs record match up against Tubbs' 24-1 15 KOs. A bit of a slugfest at first, Tubbs did a decent job at landing a couple of jabs on Tyson and protecting himself by keeping his gloves up for much of the contest.
You can begin to see the startling hand quickness that Tubbs brings.
Unfortunately for Tubbs, by the second round, the stomach hits started to show their effect. Tubbs desperately sent combos at Tyson before he got caught lacking, opening up a chance for Mike to send a left hook his way. The challenger stumbled for a moment before falling onto the canvas.
It was in the ring. The fight is over.
Number 9, Francois Botha, January 1999. Those who have not followed Tyson's career closely probably know him best for his infamous showdown with Evander Holyfield, where he bit off a chunk of the latter's ear.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield, look out, he's pushed right here. Above us, a dirty Mike Tyson.
Fans surprisingly forgave Tyson for that. 2 years later, he was back in the ring against Francois Botha. The fight against Botha was an awesome showcase of why Tyson is considered the most exciting heavyweight in history. Every time Tyson stepped into the ring, it wasn't just a fight, it was an event. It was a show, a spectacle. Making his way out to the ring with his usual cold stare all decked out in black, Tyson was intense and was all business while Botha stood in his corner and appeared unsure of himself. Although it took Tyson a little longer to get in stride, he finally caught Botha in the 5th round, finishing the South African with a destructive left straight to the chin.
That's all it took, one shot, he may not get up.
That's what happens when you got a great puncher.
Number 8, Frank Bruno, February 1989. The run-up to Tyson versus Bruno was messy. Similar to many fights today, this one kept getting pushed back and delayed. But this allowed interest in the fight to marinate and simmer. It also allowed both fighters to prime themselves both physically and mentally before stepping into the ring. When Tyson and Bruno met in February of 1989, it was an exciting contest from the get-go as the two immediately went at it. Bruno blitzed Tyson at the opening bell, going on the offensive. Tyson sent him to the canvas, but he quickly sprung to his feet. He staggered Tyson and almost finished him. The fight was close, however Tyson eventually went into full-on beast mode and trapped Bruno along the ropes in the 5th round. There he connected 3 devastating uppercuts and finished off the combination with a left hook to the jaw. The referee had seen enough and stepped in to call a halt to the contest. Number 7, Trevor Berbick, November 1986. At just 20 years of age, Tyson was young and aggressive. He was a prize fighter in every sense of the word, and he made sure fans got their money's worth. When he met Trevor Berbick in November 1985, Tyson put on an absolute show. With the tension at peak levels before the first bell even rang, there was never a dull moment in this fight. In fact, Tyson may have never taken a step backward against Berbick. Berbick tried to keep Tyson at bay by fighting from range, but it wasn't long until Tyson overwhelmed him with his trademark speed and power. It took just 2 rounds for Tyson to knock Berbick out. He sent him to the canvas twice. The first time early in the 2nd round behind a monster right hook. A left hook later in the round sealed the deal. Number 6, Henry Tillman, June 1990. After suffering the first professional loss of his career, Tyson was desperate to respond in the only way he knew how, vicious and quick. Tillman was one of Tyson's biggest threats. A gold medalist himself, he had beaten Maik twice at an amateur level. In reality, Maik was just too good for Tillman, owning him from the first bell. He lasted longer than some, but Tillman didn't stand a chance. Tyson wanted his vengeance, and you could feel it in every blow. Tyson ended the fight with a hard right after just 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
What a shot. You don't get up from a shot like that.
Number 5, Larry Holmes, January 1988. Tyson spent much of his time traveling with mentor Cus D'Amato, watching Muhammad Ali fight. It was the fight between Ali and Holmes at Caesar's Palace that stuck in Tyson's head the most. Legend has it, Maik couldn't stand to watch his idol Ali get mauled by Holmes while he was in a deteriorating state. In a car ride home after the fight, Maik speaks to Ali over the phone and promises to seek Ali's vengeance. "When I grow up, I'll fight Holmes and I'll get him back for you." Fast forward again through Maik's amateur and professional career, and the stage gets set for an event billed as heavyweight history. The 38-year-old Holmes was tempted out of retirement by a $3 million offer from Don King to face the undefeated Tyson.
I just heard something, we got a report, that Mike Tyson was so upset because of the stalling of Larry Holmes, he punched a hole through the wall in his dressing room. Can you believe that?
The match was set. Ali was courtside and Iron Mike did his thing. It took just 4 rounds for Tyson to prove he was too fast, too strong, and too good for the former heavyweight champion. Tyson dropped Holmes twice before the fight was called off, and Holmes was knocked out for the first time in his career. Maik lived up to his promise. Number 4, Michael Johnson, September 1985. Iron Mike was just 19 years old when he got his first-round knockout. This fight against Johnson wasn't the spectacle of the likes of Spinks, but it was Tyson's quickest knockout to date, lasting just over 30 seconds. It was a quick fight and not overly surprising. Johnson had a tendency to get knocked out with his previous 6 bouts, resulting in 4 losing knockouts. Tyson clocks Johnson with a left hook that sends him down. Maik comes back seconds later with a big right that ends the fight rather abruptly.
I hope he's not hurt because that was a brutal, wide open punch.
Number 3, Dan Halpin, May 1985. Tyson's first knockout may have been his most controversial. Halpin came into the fight with a below-average record of 9 wins to 18 losses, but the veteran used his tactics to survive the first few rounds.
Can he survive?
Tyson, on the other hand, came into the fight slow and steady. The commentators even gave Tyson a bit of a stick, implying it's almost as if his corner have said to him, "Listen, you don't have to win every fight inside 1 round."
Seeing a different side of Mike Tyson tonight, it's almost as if his corner have said to him, "Listen, you don't have to win every fight inside 1 round."
The match made its way into the 4th round, where Tyson hits Halpin with a flurry of punches, sending Halpin to the canvas. Tyson finishes off Halpin with a punch while he's already on his way down to the floor.
Yeah, here we go.
Sparking the first piece of controversy for Tyson's career.
The fight was over then. Bang! That was the punch that caused all the damage.
Number 2, Marvis Frazier, July 1986. Frazier was one of Maik's quickest knockouts. Both fighters found pleasure in crippling their opponents, and both had majority wins under their belt. The son of Smokin' Joe Frazier, Marvis Frazier had only 1 loss under his belt at the time. And understandably, fans tipped this as a major, but it didn't pan out. This battle wasn't even close. With a flurry of heavy punches, Tyson knocked out Frazier in 30 seconds flat. Once again, proving why he's not all hype. Number 1, Michael Spinks, June 1988. Many will argue this isn't the most impressive knockout of Tyson's career, but it's certainly the most important. Iron Mike put 3 belts on the line for this fight against the future Hall of Famer Michael Spinks. a fighter who had never touched the deck. The tables were set, and as Donald Trump and Muhammad